You can start.
Okay. Hi guys. Good morning and thanks for joining the call. And Anand and Davis, do you have anything to add before I start or something like that? Anything? Or can I go ahead?
Yeah, sure, Albert. You can go ahead. The floor is yours.
We all
Okay.
know it is ATM
So
event. Everybody here hence
okay.
morning event,
So
and everybody knows you, so no need of much of introduction, Albert.
okay. Okay. Perfect. Today topic was about self-organizing team. What is a self-organizing team? Why we need it, and how we can build a self-organizing team. That's the main topic. And this may have some things which I personally did. A lot of things I have done. Let us keep this as a interactive session rather than a monologue. So with that, I'm starting the session. So as a about me. This they asked, and everybody asked what I do and what is my experience. So I have about 17 years of experience, and in that 17 years, about 12 plus years now in agile based development. I have played as a developer, as a tester, as a scrum master, as a product owner, engineering manager, and also now played as a agile coach. Part of 3 different companies transformation. From the top to bottom, and most of the times it is some phases I have touched on the HR side also. So I used to speak on the HR side, and a lot of engineering teams transformation I was part of. Also a member of ATM and Scrum Bangalore and Discuss it, and there are a couple of other groups I used to go frequent. Also, I speak in various meetups and also conferences. So this is about me, a quick intro, and this is our remote team agreement because we are remote today, correct? So to start with, I want our thoughts to be flowing continuously during the session. So let's keep it interactive. Then let us use Jamboard. I have sent a link in your chat window, so please click on it and open it in your browser, so that whenever there is a question, you can enter the comments, your thoughts on that Jamboard, so that we can capture that and we can give this to everyone also. Then let us keep ourselves mute when we are not speaking, because there is a lot of people, right? And if everyone is muted and everyone is having a lot of noise in the background, it will disturb others. So let us mute ourselves, one person at a time. And yes, when we are speaking, let's consider the other person, and also let us agree to disagree. There are a lot of things we will discuss which we might not be agreeing to it. Let us agree to disagree, that so that we have a healthy conversation. Do you need to add anything else? Shouldn't 1 second. I
Yeah,
don't
it
think
looks
we.
like it is asking for access.
One
Jamboard.
second. 1 second. Give me just a second. Uh, set that one. Copy the link and can open video. Okay, it's a viewer access. That's the main reason. Sorry. I'm giving you the new link. You can take it. Now let me know. Able to edit? Edit and view?
Second, we're trying.
Oh, sorry. I have sent.
It didn't
I
come
have
to
sent.
everyone.
Yeah. I am sending it.
Yeah, now we are able to open.
Hey, why am I not able to send the message?
Now we can access, Albert. Now we can access.
Perfect. Done. So let us go. I have some questions. So let us not go to the slides right away. We will come back to that. So do you want to add anything else in the agreement? Because we are going to spend about 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Okay. So let's move to the slide. Now, what is self-organizing team? Can you guys put in Jamboard? That is the slide 2. What is self-organizing team? Hope you all know how to use Jamboard. Just go click on this sticky note, enter. This is my thought. Yeah. Team who prospect themselves. Okay, any others? Any other thoughts? I want everyone to put in so that we have more and more.
Team knows how to best accomplish the work that they have been assigned, how to transform the
Correct.
requirements into a working software.
Perfect. Can you enter that into the Jamboard? It would be great because we can have it as a collective knowledge. Self-organized, perfect, team which organize themselves to work together, perfect. Team that establishes agree, fail, collaborate and achieve their goals. Perfect. Just use the sticky notes, not the pen. That's the sticky notes is the fourth icon. Team shares the responsibility and work as one team. One team. That's a good word.
Albert, your voice is breaking in between.
Okay. Use the sticky note. Yeah, I was telling you, use the sticky notes.
No, your
It is
voice is
still breaking.
Able, still breaking.
not audible.
Oh, 1 second.
Not audible.
Just yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So no, it's nothing. I was telling about user sticky notes, nothing else. Teams accomplish without an external intervention. Teams that which support each other in work and grow together. Team that works independently to move forward by sorting out the issues with collaboration. Perfect. I like that word. Work as one team.
I have added it, Albert.
Okay. Team is able to organize. Team that organizes their way of work by themselves. Any others? I think we have about 36 people in the call. So very less number. What can we do to increase this number? Team works together to achieve a single goal. Perfect. So do we have any more, or team work with a shared goal and shared commitment? Perfect. Very good word. So if we look at what is a self-organizing team, most of you guys captured almost everything that I have planned. A team that manages its own work, a team that manages its own responsibilities and timelines, a team that works in a most effective and efficient way to complete their work, have higher sense of ownership and responsibility, communicate often, and trust in the capabilities of everyone. Right? So that is exactly what you also captured. If you look at trust, who trust themselves, a team which understands the strength and weakness, which is nothing but identifying the effective and efficient way, right? So why do we need this? Why we need the self-organizing team? Any idea? Why we need the self-organizing team? Can you enter? What's your thoughts on that?
For the success of a project?
Success of the project. Okay, that's one. Please enter the thoughts in this Jamboard so that we all can refer it later. Jamboard link is sent by Davis in your chat window. So we saw what is the self-organizing team, and let's think about what is the benefit of having a self-organizing team. Deliver value to the customer. Perfect. Any other thoughts? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Is there any other thoughts on what are the benefits of a self-organizing team?
Uh,
Team is
Hello.
matured to take. Hi.
Yeah, a team should be self-organized because that is team responsible for the success of product that they are developing in a sprint, along with
Okay. Okay. So in the chat window, we have given the Jamboard link. Please log into the Jamboard link, and you can put it here also so that everyone can look at it later. We can refer it later also. That way we can make it more efficient. Team gets a sense they own the product to effectively reach to a goal without external intervention. Okay. So you as a project manager or a product manager, what is the benefit for you having a self-organizing team? Think in that direction also. Just don't, yes, customer is very important and things, but there is some benefit for us also.
Better collaboration in order to solve issues for the success of the project.
Okay. See on Jamboard. Improved employee satisfaction, less time spent on team management. Okay. What else?
They I mean the scrum team, they doesn't expect the scrum master to facilitate or remove the impediments. They try to solve their obstacles by themselves. That is one
Okay.
of a key for self-organizing team.
Okay. So you don't need anybody, correct?
Not like that, but they tend to be matured enough to handle all their issues by themselves.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Maybe can we
So
put that fear of failure will not be there?
we can. Fear of failure will not be there. Perfect. What is the outcome of not having this fear?
Maybe they can independently share their ideas. Maybe some
Okay.
hesitations will not be there, especially
Hmm.
when we are doing a product development.
Okay.
What do you call? I would, yeah. What do you call that? Equality with the team.
Hmm. So, team, what is the benefit of not having fear of failure? trust and respect. Perfect. It helps achieving efficiency and effectiveness in the work. It also reduces risk and improve experience of working together. Self-organizing teams are proactive enough to solve problems. Sense of belonging. The if you don't have a fear of failure, what would you do?
Again, that fear of failure also, it depends, right? It's unlimited. So as a human being, as as a team member, everyone should have a fear of failure, because if someone is investing your money on the product, obviously, like, what will happen if I fail? So that fear of failure should have, but it is limited, like how you add a spice and the vegetable, right? It is a limited fear of failure everyone should have.
And one of the Scrum values is courage to do the right thing.
Okay. The question is, if I don't have fear of failure, that is, what if I fail? What is the repercussion of that? If that fear is not there, what is the outcome?
Lot of new ideas can come out if there is no fear of failure.
Lot of new ideas can come out if there is no fear of failure. Now, if think about this, a team that doesn't have that fear, what would be the outcome of from that team?
Innovation will start take place.
Innovation will start take place, and what is the outcome of that innovation?
You could deliver the very customer satisfied product that can be delivered by the project team.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Probably,
Yes.
Probably confidence in the team.
Team morale.
Team morale, team confidence. Yeah, perfect. Then next.
Improved quality of
anything
work.
else?
Improved quality
Good
of work.
quality. Yeah, good quality of work. Are those the benefits of self-organizing team?
Fast learning.
And transparency will be very high when fear of conflict is.
Transparency will be very high. So that is a benefit of self-organizing team. The fear of failure will not be there. That's I'm catching that and bringing other benefits that we will be getting it. So I would like to put all those stuffs in Jamboard, so that the reason why I'm using Jamboard is I can share this as a PDF later to everyone, and this becomes a documented a discussion. That's what I was looking at.
So team will come to know the shared vision and distribute the responsibilities to improve in terms of trust team. Correct. And effectiveness in terms of productivity.
So when you have a trust and respect to each other, what is the benefit?
Teamwork,
right? So let's add those things into our Jamboard so that it will help us later. Yeah, I will give you another 5 minutes there. We have time.
So that no external enforcement will be needed.
Correct.
For
we can create a motivated individuals and also what you call you can create motivated individuals and empowered team members.
Perfect. Empowered team members. And when we have empowered team members, what is the result of that? You feel empowered. How would you approach Monday if you are empowered?
They will take the local decisions by themselves. They know they will never wait for someone to push behind them. They will
motivation. We can call.
Ready? Can you tell again?
Motivation.
Yeah, motivation to work and deliver better outcome, right?
Yeah.
Increases
So
the level of productivity.
increases the level of productivity. Perfect. Anything else? Or can we go to the what I was thinking as the benefit?
We can create emergent leaders as well.
We can create emergent leader from self-organizing team.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There will be more involvement of each and everyone.
Okay. More involvement of each and everyone and enable experimental culture, which helps for faster feedback loops and less risk. That is the perfect answer or the major benefit of a self-organizing team when they don't have the fear of failure. I will come to that particular point a little later, but that is more important. And shared responsibility, that is the paramount of having a self-organizing team. You as a project manager, do you need to go and check what are they doing? Do you need to?
Not in case of this self-organizing teams.
Right? Do you need to have disbelief that will they deliver? Will they not deliver? What will happen to my work? It's Wednesday and Friday is the last day. What do I need to do? Do you need to have those? Will you have it? Do you have a doubt about delivery? That's what my base question is. When you have a self-organizing team,
No.
right? Does your team member take leaves on Monday?
Since it's the ownership, I think people will accordingly organize themselves and take leaves and
Correct. The Monday blues, most of the times the Monday blues will not be there in a self-organized team. Most of the times, I'm not saying always. The reason is the Monday blues is coming. Oh man, this is Monday. What will I do? Oh God. That's the kind of thing. But when you're having a team which is motivated and enabled, they won't have it because they are working towards something bigger. And that's where someone has put shared vision. 1 minute. Shared vision. There was some comment on that in the previous one. Yes. Also, the shared responsibility gives you, hey, have you done it? What happened? How do I help you? And the people will be started working uh, towards working towards a collaborative environment than a competitive environment. So self-organized team is not an individual members game. Understand or agree? A self-organizing team is not an individual game. It is
yes,
always a team game.
yes,
If the team wins, sorry, if one person wins, the team wins. If the one person fails, team fails. It is like that. Okay. So key benefit of a self-organizing team is these. You captured a lot of things. That's the reason I use Jamboard for most of our discussion because we can bring out a lot. So motivated individuals and improve performance of a team. That's the key benefit. Enabled and engaged environment. They will not wait for someone to give work. Rather, they will start taking work. Creative, innovative solutions, and team also will learn from their failures. That is a key point. Learning is key point in a self-organizing team. Hey, why are we not able to do this? What is that we need? Okay. Also, this improves ownership, which comes with the responsibility. Okay. Agree? So a self-organizing team core values. This is what I see as a core value. There are a lot of other core values, but these are the paramount of a self-organized team. The centerpiece is always trust. The centerpiece is always the trust. Without trust, you cannot build a team. Okay. The components that are aiding to this trust is communication. When you communicate openly, transparently, and stand with integrity, you are trustable. That is one leg of it. Another one is ownership and responsibility. This is what I said as an integrity. And when I own something and I take responsibility of everything for that particular thing which I owned, automatically I will do everything to make it happen. And when you start doing it continuously, the trust will start increasing. I'm not sure how many of you guys are having a team member reporting to you, but think about this scenario. Your project manager is coming and telling something and doing something different. Will you trust that person?
Yes.
You trust after the telling one thing and doing something else?
No.
No, not in that case. I thought you were saying, okay.
So now if say for example that person told a very hard truth, but he told to you and openly communicated with you, shared what he is feeling, will you start trusting? And he stands by what he told. Will you trust that person?
Yes.
Right. And again, the third leg of what I see as a core value for team is motivation. Do you like to be working with a person who is slouching and not very much interested? Or do you like to work with people who are very much motivated and having the josh and spreading that motivation to everyone? Whom do you like to work with in your team?
The latter one.
The later one, right? So that is more important because we will not have same kind of days every day, like amazing days every day. No, we will not have it. Some days there will be a hiccup. Which what holds us during that time?
Sorry, what's the question?
So we will not have amazing days, that is good days every day, correct? There will be some bad days, some scolding, some miss outs. What holds us during those days?
Trust.
Trust is one. Second, let's
I think all
consider
these
this.
all these elements,
Respect.
communication,
All
ownership.
Respect.
right? Respect. Yes, all these elements also holds. Say for example, you launched a product or you did a no, that's not a right example for you. Okay, you want to go somewhere. Okay, but that's a more important thing you need to do on that particular day. That's perfectly fine. And when you started your bike, okay, there is a puncture, and the person who you are meeting is your girlfriend, let's say. What will you do? Will you say, hey, my bike is punctured so I cannot meet you? Or what will you do?
We'll
Figure
choose
out some
alternate
solution.
transportation.
Yeah.
Right, we look for alternatives. Why are we looking at it? The
Because you want to
The
motivation,
achieve your
objective is
goal. Yeah.
right?
The
The
motivation to achieve
motivation
the goal.
to meet your girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay, so that holds us always. And if a team which is having all these components, automatically the team will come together. When you have a team that communicates openly without anything hiding, that team will hold together. And when they are taking ownership and responsibility, yes, that happens. Let me give one personal example. When I was a product owner, during one sprint, I was giving a requirement. Team was against that requirement. They were giving a lot of other ways. Finally, they accepted to do it. During the retrospective, the first thing they didn't like was the product management didn't give enough use cases to explain what is the requirement. Here I was sitting in this meeting because I was a developer in the same team, so I was in that meeting. I just said, yeah, I didn't give. Now, what happens in this? What happened? What would have been the result of this particular conversation? When they said, no, product management didn't give us enough use cases, and I said, yes, I haven't given, what would be the outcome?
There will be a conflict within the team.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Didn't get your question actually. Sorry.
Okay, so I gave a scenario where I didn't give enough use cases, but made my team to do some work. But I didn't give enough use cases to justify that. The team during the retrospective told, okay, the product management didn't give enough use cases so to make us understand. And I was in that meeting in the retrospective, and I said, okay, yeah, I haven't given enough. This is the conversation. And what would have been the result of this two dialogue?
Product manager
I
lost the trust over the team.
Trust will be broken.
Trust will be broken. Okay. What did the team exhibit here?
No. The probably there is a point where the product manager can realize and start correcting himself, and from the next meeting onwards, he start to give more number of use cases.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
But I believe the team did share the whatever the concern that they're having while at the time of refinement. Right?
Perfect.
Also,
And yes,
another aspect, maybe like at the time of giving the requirements, the team gave the feedback, did not say anything that enough use cases were not given. Whereas
So,
after the work done, they were saying, so it can be a problem that, why didn't you?
So silo work, kind of no.
okay. So in this conversation, what happened is, I would see it in this way. The team was very open in what they feel. They didn't keep anything within themselves. They are transparent. First thing. Second, ownership and responsibility. Yes, we will develop when it is justified. That is ownership. This is our product. That kind of sense of ownership is there. And the another one thing which I liked about this in this incident was that we were able to come to a middle ground what we need to do going forward. That's what as someone told, the product manager can correct themselves from the next one without telling what their team feels. Product manager cannot do anything. No changes will be there. So yeah, when you're having a self-organizing, this is what I was telling as a learning also. When you're having a self-organizing team, you always will have opportunities to learn, correct, and excel better. That's something which will happen always. Okay. So I want to go back to the Jamboard, and I want you guys to add what is the anchors of self-organizing. What is the personal anchors that you are feeling as self-organizing? What does an anchor do?
It holds something.
Correct. It holds and stops. So what are those stoppages, or what are the things that stops us from being self-organized? So that is the first one I want you to add. Shared goal to deliver value. Guys, let us not link this with the project. I'm asking what is the, oh, sorry, in my question itself is missing. Okay. What are the anchors of being self-organized? That is individual. You got the answer question or no? Psychological safety, perfect. Lack of psychological safety, that is same. Perfect. Why are you not able to be self-organized? That's the simple question. Trust, confidence, self-belief, mutual understanding.
Lack of trust. Lack of trust is one of the important, and fear of
Perfect.
failure.
Fear
Fear
of
of failure.
conflict is
Time pressure. Why time pressure should be your own self-organizing issue? Time pressure is there for a project.
So sometimes what happens is that when you have a time pressure as a person, you're not able to focus on what you think is the priority because your priorities are being set by what is the priorities of the senior person who you're reporting to.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you're not able to share that view sometimes, or even if you're able to
Not
share
able
that,
to.
but the challenge is that it
Okay.
has to be prioritized because of other things.
Okay. Okay. So guys, add your comments in Jamboard, which is shared. The link is shared in the chat box. Only 6 items, not more. So can we move ahead? Is that what this silence means? Hello. Okay. So personal motivation to be self-organized. Okay. That's a good one. Any other things?
lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence. That's perfect. Okay. Delaying judgment. Okay. Okay. Lack of skills. That's perfect. Okay. Skill can be, when you say skill, it can be technical, it can be domain, it can be process, it can be anything. Okay. Anything else? Lack of guidance. Ah, that's interesting. Okay. Maybe insecurity, or is it insecurity? I'm again, I'm not sure about this. This is one thing which I want to ask. How many of you guys interview people and take people for your organization? And in that number, how many of you guys are recruiting people better than you? That is better than themselves. Why are we not able to do that? Lack of trust and healthy environment. Perfect.
To answer your question, I think it is because sometimes as a human nature, it's I mean, I'm not saying everyone has the same nature, but what I'm saying is that one feels insecure when
right.
someone better is coming.
That
Different
is
people have
absolutely
different,
right.
yeah, different people may have different levels of insecurity, but it can happen.
Correct.
And I think it's animal nature, not just
yes.
human.
Okay, can we go to the next one? Or so now comes the next slide, that is slide number 5. What are the anchors you feel stopping Indian service organization? That is what we are working, right? many of us are working in many other organizations, from building self-organizing team. Why is our companies not able to build self-organizing teams?
Normally, the offshore team might not have the full.
Put it in the Jamboard, please.
Maybe Albert, I'll give my way, but I will definitely enter in the Jamboard.
Collaboration.
Lack of collaboration, perfect. Lack of management trust in people, okay. Bureaucracy, perfect. Top management culture, okay. That gives me another idea for my next webinar. People always want power, perfect. Less of leadership skill and more of managerial skill, okay, perfect. Leadership team not evolved, okay. They feel insecure.
Maybe the people's
Sure.
mindset, they thought only we are sitting at onshore only they know everything. We're sitting at offshore, we don't know anything. That is the people's thinking mindset.
When we speak people, who are these people?
We, everyone, like including me, you, everyone.
Yes. Okay.
But I think what Naveen is trying to say is, so this is across people, it is mostly on-site driven.
Okay. Our
Now I
culture
think,
is
it is moving towards that no-show kind of thing. So like we say in our organization also, we try to, now it is policies or like what approach is more towards not on-site or offshore kind thing. It is kind of no. You can call it right shoring also, whatever you call it. But try to work with the customer more directly. That's an evolving idea still.
okay. I have an amazing comment here. Our culture is still British slave model. If that is the case, how does ThoughtWorks able to build self-organizing in India?
So Albert, sorry to again interrupt. So that's what I was saying, that it is the people's mindset that is becoming a tattoo. Okay, that we are, because at least at offshore, what I have seen, maybe I may be wrong also, we are no more like we were gone to like the people we are thinking about the product teams rather than a project teams. I'm just taking example of a project.
Okay.
So in that way, I think we used to have that. Okay, the people who are at onshore, they will be having more interaction with the customer. People at offshore, they will not have. But these days, at least at the present, because of the COVID pandemic days and whatever there, we were seeing it in no-shore. Like, I mean, the businesses are highly dependent on the offshore people. So in that way, I think at least that is what my answer.
Okay. So there is one more amazing comment. People are not investing in building attributes needed to work as a team. Whoso wrote that, kudos. That is the basic thing. We are not investing in people. How do we call our people in our team?
Employees sometimes.
Resources. Right? Do we invest on resources? We will never invest. We don't maintain our own bikes very regularly. We don't invest to maintenance, right? But you will invest on the family. You will invest on everything else when you are considering the people. But in our organizations, we consider people as resources. That is one of the major issue which I see. I may be wrong. I am perfectly fine to be wrong. but that is one thing which I am seeing it. We are not investing on people, building people, okay, and giving them whatever you have written. Yes,
And I
someone
think,
was about to talk. Yeah.
yeah. So when we are saying that we are not investing in people, that is actually a, I mean, this is my view, that it is actually a symptom or an outcome of the underlying problem, which I think source down to either the education system or the culture that we have chosen to accept.
Okay.
So, or not change. So it is us, like, as it's our education system which is not teaching, not being able to teach or bring the habits or the right kind of attitude towards working in a team. It starts from there. So
Okay. 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 The education system itself is in the trouble. Like they are not teaching the right culture, how we need to be, right?
and this also happens at home also, because it's not just the schools and the organizations, but which basically this is all, I mean, the root cause, the underlying factors, education system, because what is happening at home is also part of what happened with individual
Perfect.
peoples in the home.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anything else? Anything else that is stopping Indian organizations to build self-organizing team?
Okay, one thing I would say is, say even within all Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, nobody talks about coaching.
Okay.
Coaching as a competency itself is not greatly, what do you say, appreciated, or like what. At least I have not seen too many people talking about it. It is always some framework, like say for say now DevOps is like what catching up into a big way, right? Everybody is implementing it, but nobody talks about actually empowering our team members, or like what, having those conversations with them.
Okay.
There are very few agile coaches even who are like what trained to be a coach, how to have a conversation and other things.
Okay.
So that really makes a huge difference in the way you are able to like what, work with the team and how to empower the team. So they just give like what random step that okay, empower team. So when you're talking about coaching as a competency itself, it is not being like what practiced by many of the practitioners.
Okay.
Davis, you
Yeah.
want to add
Someone.
anything?
Perfect. You're right on a coaching side of it, Anand. I will come to that a little in a while. And these are some of the anchors I saw for self-organizing. Individual credit. We always look for individual credit. I did this. Individual agenda. I have my agenda over team's agenda. Silos, ego, differences, distance, where that is what Naveen told, on-site and offshore, right? So these are some of the anchors that are pulling us back in a self-organizing team. We are, though India is considered as a social, community-oriented country or culture, we always strive to be who is best in that community. So everyone fight for that particular credit, individual credit, and I should be in the top, right? Not we as a team. It is always I versus we. Typically, that is what happens. And there are when you are creating a self-organizing team, that like a team formation for norming, storming, forming, and performing, for creating a self-organizing team also there is stages. I have given the source of that article which I read and learned from them. Uh, there is about 6 stages. One is team formation, just team formation. The team has just come together. Okay, but then this takes a little bit of time to become cooperative team, where they cooperate on some occasions, not always. Then being vocal, that is where they start gelling. Hey, yes, I have this problem. How many of us in our group itself having that psychological safety, or having the tendency of being vocal and telling what is not went good, or the problems that we are having in our own teams? Okay, many times we ourselves miss that. So being vocal is one of the area it moves. Then when you are all vocal about talking about your issues, your celebrations, automatically you become collaborative. That is when the collaboration nature of a team starts, not before that. It is one of 10 times you would be like collaborate together. But when it is in the collaborative mode, that is when, hey, what is that you need, what is that, hey, this is what I am not having and this is what I need. That kind of conversation starts taking place. Okay, then next, when you're in collaborative state, then you will be moving towards pull the way of working. That is, you pull the work rather than waiting for someone. In when you're starting with at a team formation level, someone need to give you the work, someone need to tell you the timeline, someone need to tell whom to contact. It will be in that. When you're a cooperative team, will typically know, okay, this person knows this area, that person knows in these areas, but they will not share much of information. But when you are going for a collaborative full way of working, the team will start sharing the knowledge. This is when the cross functional starts. This is where the cross functional starts, not before any other things. Okay, now the last stage or the best stage where a team should be, or where a team can achieve, is stop, solve, and adapt to the changes. What is that means is, I have a problem, stop everything else, focus on this problem, solve the problem, finish the problem, fix that, and adapt to the learning that we got from the solution. This is where a real team that is self-organized achieve. And in this particular, the last one, the stop, solve, adapt area, is the place where your high performance happens. This is same like your high performance, how to build the high performance. This is the last stage where you will see the high performance. And for to my benefit, or um, to my luck, I was able to do for couple of teams. Not every team will reach there, but couple of teams where I went through all the phases. I went through all the phases. And tell me how can one achieve these areas? How we can make the team achieve? One is what you as a manager need to do to achieve this. What you need to stop. Hello. To build a team that is self-organizing, what you as a manager or a scrum master or a project manager or a product owner need to stop.
We have to probably give an ownership to the individuals.
You need to
No,
give.
first we need to communicate openly, and we need to we need to make sure the team is so comfortable, and we need to avoid fear of conflict, and also we
Okay.
need to make them feel that nothing goes wrong even if they do any mistakes. Once
Okay.
we start build the trust, then automatically
the question is, how will you build that trust? You as a project manager come and saying that, guys, don't worry about the failure, I will not hold you back on that, I will help you solve those issues. But
constant
may not
interaction with the
able
team and build a trust.
Improve the team culture in terms of
it's an ongoing
psychological
process.
safety.
you need to coach them, guide them, mentor them on a routine, and then only you can able to achieve this particular.
Encourage
Correct.
them in taking decisions.
Can you tell that again?
Encourage them in taking the decisions, because generally
Encourage them.
we
Okay.
need to actually motivate them and say help them in taking a decision, not giving the direction, probably just supporting or giving direction, not giving a solution. We have to make
Okay.
them to take a
Find a
decision.
solution.
Yeah, find the solution.
Okay. 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 Uh, hey, there is some people background is noisy. Can you go on mute? Yeah. Now, what else you need to do as a manager, as a project manager, or anyone?
Active listening.
Active listening. Okay.
Build a confidence.
Build the confidence. Okay. Let
Psychological
me.
safety of the team.
Psychology safety is a jargon. Okay. How do you build psychological safety?
Trust, building trust. That's one.
How do you build the trust? What is that you need to do to build the trust? That is what my question is.
You should not punish them even if they do mistakes. You have
You
to.
should not punish them. Okay. Okay. What is the trump card that every manager has over the team?
Appraisal.
Appraisal. Okay. Anything else?
Without using a coercive power, you have to.
Okay. So let me take that appraisal as an example, because that is where I worked some time back along with one organization. So what is that trump card does to the team?
Whatever the appraisal manager says, the resource automatically used to follow without any second thought. But if the
Okay.
scrum master says that the resource might not follow that immediately, probably he has to convince, or you have to make them understand the importance. Then only they will come align to your.
Okay. Thoughts. Right. Okay. Let me tell how I manage the appraisal so that you can understand a little bit how we can build the trust. When I was a manager, I had about 80 people, and I do appraisal for that 80 people. Okay. Now, when I do the appraisal, it is not my appraisal. Actually, the team does 360 within themselves, and this is not a mandate from the organization. This is not a mandate from the organization. Team does the 360. How they do it? Very simple. The person who is getting appraised, the person who worked with him, he need to give his comments, and these comments are very simple. What went well with this person? What is that he need to improve, and things like that. And product owner, scrum master, and if it is a technical guy, the architect need to help me with his comments. So all the 80 members will be connected to each one of these people, and everybody gives their comments, their thoughts, and what is that they want to achieve. And is this biased now?
This can be biased, but because the numbers are 80, I think it is still good number. But if it is a small team, let's say 10 or 15 people, or even 5 to 10
Okay.
people, I think this particular way of giving the 360 review can be very biased.
When I say
And
biased, is this is manager biased?
No.
okay, no, in that scenario, it is not manager biased. In the example you shared, it is not
Right.
manager biased.
Yeah, manager is
This
not
is
biased, but the
But
team
team bias
members,
can
right?
also be there.
Yeah, the team members, they try to influence the others, and whatever the
Yes,
feedback given by the team members might not true.
be the
You
true
you
feedback.
you
Yes.
you have to overrule, or you have to You have to review whatever the feedback you got from the team members, and then you have to conclude that. You should not go with the
Right.
team members'
So
feedback.
what I gave the half of the story for you, and the rest of the half is coming. Now, all these feedbacks are collected, reviewed not only with me, my DM, because he is also involved in the total work of the team. We both along with the people, and we discuss what is that this person. So for example, 5 people gave 5 different view. Each and everyone should give opportunity, or each and everyone have opportunity to discuss why they gave it, what is that they wanted, what is that they want to do. And what happened in this case is, during our appraisal cycle, there is no crying from the team, because the team knows beforehand itself, because it is continuously given as a feedback. Hey, this is what you have done in this month, and we want you to do this. You haven't achieved, try achieving it next. And that progress is also tracked, or followed up. Okay, and it is visible to the team. That is first thing. Now here, the entire team helps each other. We built the culture of helping each other to make it better. How? We give the feedback, and also we offer the help. It is not you didn't do this. You tell me what is the help you need, and you will get it. We did something like a reflection every month with every member, so they are open enough to ask the help that is needed, and we work towards that to provide that. Okay, that is when your failure, or what will happen if I fail, that particular thing will be gone. Again, another change which we did in our way of working was, in the month start, sorry, in the year start, we all have something called KPI, right? What is that unit you will be tracked? Here, each and every individual have their own KPIs. It is not a if you're a software engineer, this is what you need to do. No, we made each and every individual KPI. Now, what happens is, this individual KPI will include what is the organization focus, what is the team's focus, what is that we as a team need to do, and what is that that person want to achieve. All three will be balanced and given. Now, it is a beneficial for that person also, that will bring motivation for him, and it is beneficial for the team, because he is motivated to do something that he is interested, and also we are aligning this to the organization objective. So what happens is, all the three factors are driven by one person, and we built the team with no testing member. When I said QA as a function, we were very nimble in that. But the developer who is developing should go through the full cycle, from a requirement understanding till the deployment, and he is responsible for that. And by giving these things, what we did as a managers was making them work, take responsibility by themselves. What is the features that are needed, they also have a say in how we need to do it. There are cases in my in the team where the fresher, he's a fresher, changed the complete architecture to NoSQL and showed us a demo, and we just went to deploy. We did that. We were able to do that. Why? Because that is a better way, and that motivated him and others to do better. That there are a lot of cases like that. So as a manager, I let go my powers. That is one of our thing, right? Here, where is that? I saw power. People are interested in power. People always want power. I gave up that power. You take the decision. You know better. You take the decision. I removed the bias and favoritism by having a 360. Not all members will be favorable to one person, and people are matured. It is not people will play the game. People are matured enough to be in the system and do better, because they are in firing line, because someone else will give a comment about them, right? A product owner, the entire team will give a comment about him.
Albert, sorry, this is Krishna. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
I have
Yeah.
a question. I have a
Yes.
second thought with your input. See, you said that the developer has to take responsibility starting from the requirement to till deployment. Likewise, the QA, there is no role-specific resource in your team. Probably
Role specific people in the team, not
yes.
resource.
So okay. You see, it is very easy to say in the while talking, it is very easy to say, but in reality, it is really difficult because I've been working with the same product for 14 years and I've been managing multiple team members.
Okay.
But in reality, right, the developer might not be potential enough to match the tester's role. Likewise, the QA folks, right, they are not capable enough to write code, and so there is a lot of gaps in between
Perfect. Krishna, this is Krishna, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that needed to bring that potential? You need to think about that.
That's what this change has to come from the management level. But see, the thing is, we all work for prioritized project, and their organization will have some vision, and the project will be prioritized based on some targets. Like this quarter, we have to achieve that. So everyone will be working on several pressure and several deadlines. So there is no any specific time frame or for them to groom themselves to make them competent enough to upskill themselves in the different role. If that is the case, how we can upskill themselves to a different role, and how
Can we give that time to that person to upskill? My last manager, the previous manager, not in the current company, in Mindtree, what he called me and told is, Albert, what you need to do is work for 7 hours. Take 1 hour every day. Upskill yourself. Think about what you need to do. Self-reflect on every day what you need to do. I want you to be better in next 3 months, 6 months, not like what you are today. I want you to do more. Do the same thing with your team. This is what he told, and he gave me the time. He don't. He asked what time you would be allocating for this, which is the time period. That is 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 or whatever time. And during that time, he never disturbs me.
See, again, I can give.
It is not always everything can be driven from the top management, that is CEO level. We can control our culture.
Maybe Albert, we can move forward because our time is over and people are slightly dropping off. Maybe we can take this as an offline discussion.
Albert, there are questions actually which I also wanted to ask, but I think we don't have the time.
Anand,
but it was really
Anand, is it till 12:30 or 1?
It's still.
But if you want to take questions also, it's already 12:40.
Oh, okay. Okay. So then I will take this as a offline one.
Okay.
Offline one. Yeah. So how do we build the self-organizing? First is motivation, trust, building trust and respect, building teamwork. We before I. It is not always I. Commitment. When you building commitment within the team, how you can build the commitment is very simple. Ask them how much time they want. Don't give the time, and trust them that they will work at or trust that they will work and uphold that commitment. Continuity. If the team is changing continuously, team will never become self-organized at all. Improvement, and help the team to improve on themselves every day, every time, every minute. And you can also help them to you can also recommend improvements. Hey, we did good in this particular area, but can we try this next time? Something else, some other area that you want to improve. Competency, bring the people who are with right skills and competent. Not always we have this. How can we do this? One, yes, we given the Indian service industry scenario, we work with a lot with freshers and things, but give the time to build the skills. That is more important. You cannot expect your axe to cut perfectly every time for next 6 hours without sharpening it. You need to sharpen the axe. That's what you as a manager need to do. You need to give the time. This is also an answer to the Krishna's point. Okay, so you need to build all these areas. When you build this, you automatically will get this triangle. One is first is focus on relationship. When you are having a resistance, you will not have good relationships, and you need to have responsive relationship, meaning I help you, I will help you, I will stand by you. That kind of relationship you need to build. When you are building that, the team energy level is high always. Hey, come what may, we will finish it. Don't worry about that. We will finish it. They stretch without asking. You don't need to even ask them to stretch. When they have that kind of relationship and the energy, the commitment is also high. When you're having commitment, higher commitment, accountability is very high, and which will give you extraordinary result, which is the high performance that we are looking for. But the key is the relationship that you need to maintain. Okay, next, this we discussed. What is the manager to do to enable self-organizing? One is training. Train the members. This is the paramount of everything. Second is coaching. This also we discussed. Adapt the coaching style to help the team. Remember, a coaching is not one style. Coaching changes with each and every individuals. So you need to find out what is the best coaching style for every individual. For some, it will be just like that. We can do it. For some, it will take time. You need to find the right tone, then mentor them, because you can train, you can coach, but the moment you leave, they need to sustain that change. So for that, you need mentorship. So how to sustain that, you need to think as a manager. When you do these things, the team will definitely become self-organizing, not like they will go back, wait for someone. This we took a lot, or do we have questions? Now we can have questions for another, how much time, Anand?
But we have time till 1 o'clock. If people are willing to stay back for another 5-10 minutes, we can continue till that. We have at least 15 minutes as the scheduled time itself. Beyond that, if there are more questions, you are available and the team is available, we can continue into that.
Yeah, Anand,
I am available.
Sorry. Yeah, Albert, sorry to interrupt. Guys, I think I can see the people are dropping, but before Albert open up a question series, so I would like to just announce about our next webinar about Agile 2 by Cliff Begay. As many people have asked us questions, right? I think we were unable to concentrate in the self-organizing team and blah, blah, whatever the questions asked, Albert will be answering. And we were trying to hear from the different flavor of Agile, which is it's just started, I would say. Okay. But we will try to hear from him, which is scheduled on October 13th as a webinar from ATM. I'm sure that everyone has got already a meetup link. Just I wanted to announce that so that at least before you.
I mean, that is November 13th. November 13th, not October 13th.
Sorry, November 13th. Yeah.
Also, could you please email that link, because in the chat it might be lost. It would be like the participants to the participants of the.
Yes. We will be sharing.
Thank you.
So it will be published in the ATM meetup group. The Atlassian Chennai and Atlassian Kochi group also it will be published. So we just wanted to given a very brief introduction about it. This Agile 2 is a like what they have come out with a new manifesto for Agile. This is a new group, or like what I would say, new set of thought leaders who have come out with something called as this Agile 2, wherein they like what bring about DevOps and other things, everything into Agile. Their premise or like their argument is that the existing manifesto is kind of little outdated and it is not updated from the time it was like what written some 17 18 years ago. So they are so this is kind of like what they are trying to like what push this as a current version of the manifesto, and I think similar to Scrum Guide, they may be continuously updating it. Is the understanding, and we will be having a session on this on 13th November. You can look for the details into our meetup site or into Atlassian site in Chennai link and Atlassian site in Kochi link. Those who have not registered into our groups, I would request you to like what register there so you can keep getting mailers and other things. Me or Davis or Naveen, we will be like what publishing mails from the ATM group, and for the and for anything to do with Atlassian user groups, it will be me and like what Davis. We will be like what publishing mails. So kindly request all of you to like what register yourself into any one of these places so you don't miss anything.
Okay. So, any questions? I know I ran a lot faster in the end, okay? But many of the things we discussed.
Hi, Albert. There are some questions. Can I ask?
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah. So one of the questions that I wanted to ask was that sometimes what I have observed is that people know that they need to be self-organized. Managers know they want to do that, but sometimes certain challenges comes when it comes to execution. I'll share 2 or 3 reasons what I have seen, which we all as a team are aware that this is the challenge, but we are not able to overcome. Maybe you can share your comments. So one of the challenge we see is that sometimes uh, there is a significant number of deliverables or the time pressure, the time crunch, which basically does not allow people to actually collaborate effectively. So what happens is that people end up working on their own KPIs, their own assigned responsibilities, but where basically the collaboration needs to happen, where basically no one the ideal way of doing that thing was that a discussion should have happened, and the cross capabilities should have come together to to bring something that is greater than the sum of the parts. That does not come up because, like, for example, you said somewhere in the chat that people try to help each other, but the challenge is that people want to help each other but they are not, because they are in their own load of work and not able to give the time they want to give.
Correct.
And so that kind of challenge I've seen repeatedly in the teams that I have come across. And so how do you overcome that?
Look, only one thing, self-organizing doesn't come at the end. It is an outcome. Okay, self-organizing is an outcome, but the work for becoming self-organizing starts from the day one of the project or the product. Most of the times what we think is project, everything is project for us. We have a start date and end date for the project, and at the end only we have everything happens. But we need to move out of that mindset, and we need to build the people from the day one. When you are building from day one, okay, you are focused on the group's objective than individual subjective. That is first thing you need to look at. And now when you are coming the end, yes, there is going to be pressure at that particular point, but what you will have at that particular point, if you have built your team with all these things, whatever I have told, right? Motivation, trust, teamwork, commitment, competency, that is more important. Okay. When you're coming to the end, you have everything with you. Why? From the day one, you are building the right skills that are needed for the project or a product, whatever it is, right? At the same time, you are encouraging the team to improve on themselves, learn new things, be ready for the future. Okay. So when you are coming to the end, when the pressure is getting built, you have something to hold on, and you don't need to ask the team itself. They will definitely put their best to make it happen. Hi, Hari. Hari?
There is some noise actually. I think someone
Yes.
is.
Yeah, I muted them. I muted. I muted
So
them.
okay, so yes, Albert, but like what you shared is I agree with, but the challenge in this is that getting their team from the day one ready. Like what I've seen is different people have different motivations sometimes, and they will not explicitly say that, but express that while doing the work. Even that is
Perfect.
right. So and that's the ground reality of when things happen, because yes, everyone, when it comes to saying that yes, we want to achieve that goal, when it comes to speaking, they will say that, but it will not
Perfect.
reflect in what is happening on the ground. And in that scenario, what happens
What
is
did
that
we do? Look,
yeah,
1 second.
yeah,
What did we do in the start of this session? I made it as a remote team agreement. What is that agreement? This is my agreement. Are we agreeing to this? Do we need to add anything else? Now,
yes,
yes,
yeah,
I created this agreement, but I also asked for what is your opinion. If a person is not, and why not we create the same kind of agreement with the team? What is your agreement? This is our goal. We focus only on this goal. What is your KPI? Do you have anything else? Is that is aligned to our agreement? Can we add it? Do we need more? So, suddenly during the conversation, Anand told Albert, we are running out of time. That is the agreement which we are holding, right? So build this agreement so that you are having a shared responsibility. That is what people were telling here in our list, where people are telling there is lack of collaboration. This is one of your issue, and shared responsibility. Where is sorry, ownership shared. You will say, see, when you're not having this sense of belonging, I will just do whatever I need. When I am not having that sense, I will do what I want. Okay, when I have this ownership, I will not do something else, right? So you build the shared vision and shared responsibility first. That will help you build a lot of things. Okay, that is what you need to focus on to start with.
all right,
Okay,
sure, I'll not hijack the
that is,
discussion. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah.
thank you, that helps. So you were saying something, please.
So look, if I could also add on top of that, see, basically
Yes,
you're trying to have an objective. It is for the team. Either the complete team wins or the complete team loses. Okay. If you are still talking about individuals and not working as a team, then like what, how you are
then
like,
you will not achieve self-organizing team.
yeah. So there is no team there. It is like what, a bunch of individuals working. So that's why you need to focus with this like what group of individuals as a team, when they are all collectively trying to work towards one objective. Say you take like what the Indian cricket team, the entire team wins or loses. It's not that okay, one particular player scored 100 runs or 50 runs, whatever it is, and then he becomes a champion or something like that. So that's where you need to look at it from a coaching perspective. And I would also like what suggest maybe you can read this with the five dysfunctions of a team. you will get some insight into it.
Sure. Thanks, Anand. Yeah.
Okay. So we have 4 more minutes for the 1 o'clock thing. I want you to go to Jamboard, the last slide of this particular board. I have a feedback session that is a retrospective of this event. What you feel went well, what could have been better? Can you please add those? So,
Well, Albert, I have one question. This is RK Reddy. Can I?
Yes.
Well, I see one challenge in terms of team making it a cross-function where the developers and testers where they show resistance in terms of being improve in terms of the cross-functional in the team. So, can you please share your thoughts in terms of improving that cross-functional?
Developers and testers, huh?
Yes.
Why are they fighting?
It's not about fighting. It's showing resistance in terms of becoming cross-functional in the team.
Okay. Why are they showing resistance?
Because of their KPI and personal agenda in terms of improving and their career path.
Perfect. So how can we help them to achieve that and also become cross-functional? That's the only thing you can do. Because everybody works for themselves, their improvement and their things. Even in the team setup, everyone does work on their best, right? But how can we enable as a manager or a management or a leadership? How can we enable and help them to achieve both? That helps both of us. That is what you need to look at. When you look at that, I would say automatically they will become motivated to do what is needed.
I would like to get your inputs in terms of becoming, enabling the team into cross-functional in such scenarios.
1 second. Kamlesh, can you use the stickies rather than using the pen? The stickies is the 4th icon in the icon box. Okay, so my input is that whatever I just told, right? What I did is very simple. I told them this is what my expectation from the team, and I asked for the agreement, and then we started working towards it. And one way of doing it is my KPIs. When I did my KPIs, it was completely different one. We had 3 different sections focusing on specific areas, and most of the areas, if I reflect it back, has what they want to do and they want to become better. It is their agenda is added as a KPI along with organization agenda. What happened is here, since it is their agenda also, they took the ownership of that full KPI, and I had a 90% of success in terms of achieving everything. Okay, that is how happened. And moreover, a cross-functional is a abused word in my opinion. A tester may not write to the standard of a developer. I agree. And I don't push the tester to write like that. I don't. What I push for is how can a tester help the developer to make him better. Say, for example, a tester will write test cases, 100 test cases, 200 test cases, and keep it with themselves. What I do is I make them to share with the developer. Get the developers comment also, architects comment also, so that I get more diverse view on whatever is written. Same way, test scenarios, they will keep it with themselves. The developer doesn't even know. Can a tester share that with the developer? Hey, these are the test scenarios I am thinking. Tell me what else is we need to test. In my experience, I have seen in my team itself that documentation team member gives me hundreds of scenarios for writing my requirements. Hey, Albert, that user can use this way also. That is there.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
But I see in another way in terms of having a paid programming. I mean, making it sit tester with the developer in terms of development without making the any of the defects, because he will suggest that developer to code with all the scenarios that we covered
Okay.
without
That,
even so.
that is also a good way. That is also possibility that you can do that. It depends on see, these are all strategies that you can deploy. Okay, to get better. That's all.
Thank you, Albert. Thank you very much for the input.
Welcome. Okay, is there any other feedback? More real life on ground examples on how self-organization team has been built. That's a good one, and that will take a lot of time. Yeah, we'll see what I can do for that in the next. So, if everyone has given their feedback and they have no other things to talk, I will have this feedback jam board and everything, and just I will send you one form link also. If you want to take a surprise takeaway, you can fill in, but you will receive that. Second is I have added some more resources that you can do. Remember one comment that is a more real life example how to build. There are some which is already in the resources list. How to build. Okay, so I will share this PDF with you. You can take it. You can read through on those things. Yeah, Anand, that's it from my side. Anand Davis, over to you guys.
Thanks, Albert. If anyone has any like what questions, you can pitch in. Okay, I think everybody is good. I see a couple of questions coming on the chat window.
No, that is more on whether I will share the PPT and things like that. Yes, we will share it.
Okay, the this presentation would be like what usually I uploaded to the ATM slide share, so you can like what always access it from there, and we'll also try to like what if possible we'll also try to upload this video into YouTube, so that will also be there, and Albert is always available if you guys need to like what reach out to him. He is
My IDs are there in the first slide. My LinkedIn, my Gmail, my number.
okay, so you can reach out to us or you can directly reach out to Albert. We are always there, so if there is nothing else to be like what discussed here, we can like what call it a day. And the next session is going to be on 13th of November. I think that's on.
That's 2
I
weeks
mean,
from
that
now.
is. Okay, that's on a Friday. So I would request all of you to keep a tab on the ATM meetup site, the Atlassian Kochi site, and the Atlassian Chennai site. You will be able to get more details into it. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Hari, you want to add anything? Thank you all.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you. Bye. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Albert, you are not on mute. Albert?